Hello, Floss Tube. Welcome to another week at the farm. We're just resetting. I filmed a little bit already. We're just resetting the whole shebang because my phone decided it was going to try to update while I was in the middle of filming, so it was making my phone act all crazy. I had to go in and say, stop updating the apps. That didn't feel good when I moved. My chair just shifted very, very oddly. So, if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the farm, even though it's not really a farm. We're going to call it a farm. We call it a farm. It's a city farm for right now. It's going to be a real farm someday. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm glad that my craziness is not driving you away. Some people might say my craziness is endearing. I think it's just crazy. So, got a little bit of Happy Mail yesterday. My Stamp It Up holiday catalog is here. There's all kinds of cutesy stuff here. Look at this. This is right up my alley. Farmhouse Christmas. Look at this paper. This DPS. Oh yeah. And there's some really cute ribbon. I got all kinds of things in here. All kinds of things marked in here. I don't know why I had that page marked. But the real shebang, I'm not going to spend all day going through this. The real reason I'm excited for this, when I flip this page open, y'all, I about died. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this? If it focuses, it's not wanting to focus. It's title, cross-stitched Christmas. That's right, this is cross-stitch. This set is cross-stitched. How awesome! Like, legit, how awesome. So, it's a layering set. Let's move that so you can see all of it. It's a layering set, so you stamp 1, 2, 3. Darkest, medium, lightest. Lightest? That's not a word! You know, and same thing. These are dark. Well, wait, no. Yeah, this is light, this is dark, and then this is a contrast. And this actually might be lightest. I might have lied to you. Lightest, medium, dark. So really cute. Guess what my Christmas cards are going to be this year? I already have, see these little flags? These are all the things I want. And I have a list. So, after I get done with this, I'm going to go order it while I'm watching my baseball game. What's on to my baseball game? Baseball game started at 1:30 today. So, awful day for a 1:30 baseball game. It's 90 degrees again today. School's canceled again today. We have now hit day 20, I believe day 22? Day 21 or day 22? I believe it's day 22. I will report that one back to you tomorrow after I catch the weather tonight of 90 plus degrees. That is unheard of around here. Normally we only average like 9. So, yeah, people, you didn't go to school in this kind of weather because we didn't have it. Or, yeah. We didn't cancel school in this kind of weather because we didn't have this kind of weather when I was a kid. And I'm of the parenting generation now, even though I'm not a parent. So, stitching was really limited last night because I had training at work, and that took like all night. It's a long training. And people were assholes. And they're all my co-workers. Anyways, so stitching was limited last night to basically just worked on this. I got yesterday's element of the scissors done. Today's element is Ohio. I'm breaking it up into elements. So I'm going to do the thread, the bobbin tomorrow, the needles, and then the thread. And that's it. This is done. Like after that. So it's like what? So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday-ish. I'll be done with this by, you know, and I may not work on it tomorrow, but I may. I have to film a Stitch With Me video at some point before Saturday, and also I'm going to a class at Just Stitching tomorrow, so but really easy, breezy, beautiful. I'm going to back it with interfacing so that it's stiff, because this is, you know, a nice soft Addie. Ada. Addie, oh my god. Words are hard, people. Words are hard. That is my, I said something stupid. So, we'll get this done. And it'll be ready by the end. I mean, I have till the end of the month, and there's not that much to do on it. Oh. So, nothing else is going to be back. Nothing's going to be backstitched except the scissor handles. And I was kind of like, do I want to backstitch the scissor handles, or do I want to take them out and stitch them in a different color? Because you can see the different shading up close without the backstitching. But when you step back, they kind of wash into the fabric. And I don't think you're going to be like this reading my name tag at the Stitchy Retreat. If you are, you're going to be in my personal space and we'll have problems. That being said, I think the backstitching just kind of defines them a little bit better. And I don't think it makes it look awkward. And if you think it makes it look awkward, I don't care. It's my new thing. If you don't like what I do, I don't care. Well, it's not new, but... so I brought my big bag. It's not really a big bag. When I was a rep, I got a medium utility tote. So this is a medium utility tote when I was a rep for 31. So I was a rep for 31. I am not anymore. I have my own business, and I don't gotta meet any sales goals. So I have that, and that's where kind of all my stitching stuff lives, in the living room. I haven't spent much time in the living room this summer because we've had 22 days of 90-degree weather. And that doesn't count the days where it's like 85 to 90. Or, you know, like 80 to 90. And it's humid. Because those are miserable days too. So I've literally been hiding in the air conditioner most of the summer. But there were some things in there that I kind of forgot I might have had. I have a little bag with smalls that I need to work on. Those are kind of whatevers. They're kind of whatevers because there's nothing they're really in there that I'm super attached to. But, you know, they might be good Stitch Mania plugins if I find I'm not having 31 projects to start. Y'all think that's going to happen? I don't. Speaking of projects to start and Stitch Mania, yes, my brain just went through all that. Did you see the new Chalk on the Farm got released today? Autumn on the Farm. Super exciting. And I love it because it's like, it's autumn and it's pumpkins and it's fall and it's not Halloween. I really dislike that everything fall has to be Halloween. And everything winter has to be Christmas. And everything summer has to be 4th of July. And everything spring has to be Easter. Like, can we just have seasonal stuff that's not holiday stuff? Enough of my little soapbox. So, as I was going through my little box of goodies, my little bag of goodies, wow, that was like squirrel and a half. Maybe I need a nap. So, as I was going through my little box of goodies, I pulled out, which I told you guys about this. It's called Plant Happiness. It is an Ursula Michael. And I was looking at it. I think this might be the printing company. Or maybe this was a kit. I don't know. Like, I got it in a plastic bag with the floss. And yeah, I just knocked my camera. Whoop! And it started like this. Yeah, that's, I love my friend, but whew, this is rough. I'm going to pull it out of the hoop. I'm going to pull it out of the hoop and probably unstitch it. Probably frog this and flatten out the fabric. I'm not gonna lie. Whoa. Kind of want to dye the fabric. I think this would look nice on a light gray. Or nice, yeah, on a nice light gray. Like a bluey light gray. I might just leave it white. I'm really opposed to stitching on just plain white anymore. Do I have any fabric that it would work on? I don't know if that piece is big enough. I'm looking at my fabric pile. Okay, planning. So, I don't even know how much she gave, like fabric she gave me. I don't know if this was a kit or what. It's kind of a big one. It's what? It's kind of big. It is 115 by 120. So, but anyways, as I was looking at this paper, I noticed Imagination ink is in Rootstown, Ohio. I know where Rootstown, Ohio is. It's about an hour that way, which would be east. We actually drive through past Rootstown when we go to and from the stitching retreat in Pennsylvania. They have a country club. They have a country bar there. They have a country bar. It's not a country club. It's not a country club like golf. It's a country bar. Like, they play country music. And they have all kinds of country music acts. And it's fabulous. So, I will get to this. This is actually not going to go on my whip wheel yet. Because I kind of got a futzy fart with it. And then this will go on my whip wheel. Let's show you this. This goes with that. Keeping it organized. Let's show you this. This is my Wiseman that I am currently working on. This is the guy that's in process. As you can see, all of his stitching is done somewhere. It looked like I didn't have any stitching right there, but I do. Somewhere down here, here-ish, something's off. Obviously not super noticeable because I can't even tell where I screwed up. But I know it's off, and I know it's going to make it really challenging to do the back stitching down in here. I just need to suck it up, Buttercup. And Julie from Gulf Coast Stitchers was talking about Miss, I can't remember her name now. I will try to find the video and link it below. But Julie from Gulf Coast Stitchers was talking about another floss tuber that she was watching. And I can't remember who now. Sorry, my ears are bugging me. Oh, that was probably obnoxious. I'll bunny heel back to the ears in a second. But anyways, she was talking about another floss tuber and about this book. I think it's a book. And it's about this idea of eating the frog. Now, I'm crazy. I would probably actually eat frog legs. But in this sense, eating the frog means sucking it up, getting done what you don't want to get done now. I tend to be that kind of a person when it comes to certain things like dishes, paperwork for work, stuff like that, I will eat the frog because I want to get it done, because I want to sit down and enjoy myself. Stuff like this, where I know it's going to be a pain in my butt, and I don't want to take my enjoyment time doing something that's going to be a pain in my butt, I procrastinate on. I'm going to put Nativity on my whip wheel, and I realized I was just kind of flicking you off because of the way I was holding this. Sorry about that. I'm going to put Nativity on my whip wheel, and if it pulls up, we are going to eat the frog. We are going to eat that there frog. Because I've literally had this since before we bought this house. And this is the 7th Christmas we have spent in this house. I have a nativity set, but I want this. This is what it's all going to look like when it's done. It's a little glary. That's better-ish. So I have the animals done. I have the cow, the donkey, the sheep, and the camel done. I also have the shepherd done. So when I finish this guy, I will be halfway there. I'll have 2 wise men, a baby Jesus, a Mary, a Joseph, and an angel to finish. I can eat this frog. I can eat this frog. The other thing that needs to go on my whip wheel that I legitimately... God, I feel stupid. I legitimately... This clip is 15 minutes long already. I feel stupid for having forgot about this. I bought this when we moved into our house. Again, 2011. No, I might have bought this in 2012. You can stitch it. You could stitch it as 3 pieces or as 1 long piece. I started stitching 3 pieces. So this guy's done. I need to do these 2. This guy's probably the hardest of the 3. Well, I don't know. This clock might be something else. But I want to mount it on something like a canvasy type thing so that I can actually make the clock a clock and put it on my wall and have a really cute clock on my wall. Again, something else I guess I need to just eat the frog on. I don't know actually really why I need to quote unquote eat the frog. This is my beautiful, this is the piece I have done. So it's the big piece, it's the, the big flower, the first piece. It is on 11 count Aida. So it's actually not super tough to stitch. It is, I'm just looking at my back. This is actually one of the nicest backs I have. It is 3 strands of floss to get the coverage proper. But that's kind of the nature of 11 count Aida. So this is going on my whip wheel. And we're going to eat this frog and get this frog done too. So I have 3 projects to add to the 3 that's already on my whip wheel. And there you go. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on this daily until it's done. We're going to spin the wheel. Because I have Decision Roulette, which is the Android decision wheel. I'm going to put... And that's it. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to hit that decision wheel and... Like everybody did with Arbitrary August. A couple people are carrying it over into September and on. And... I think it'll help me get stuff done. So, I'm going to end this here because I really kind of thought this would be a little bit shorter than it is until I started digging through my bag. That is it. I'm working on uploading. I'm going to work on uploading video from, today's video that gets posted because I forgot. But, till tomorrow, bye guys. Hello, Floss Tube. Just in the angle, just a little. Sorry about that. How are we today? I am fabulous. It is not 1 billion degrees out today. It's like 76 and overcast, and I'm excited. I could take fall weather all the time. I've said that before. I said it really early on in my Floss Tube life, but I could take fall weather all year round. Find me a place like that. Find me a place like that. It's Thursday. What day is it? These holiday weeks get me all screwed up. It's Thursday, September 6th. My brother's birthday's tomorrow. My brother doesn't watch my Floss Tube, but his birthday's tomorrow. So, the goings-ons today. My ears are bugging me. I'm sorry. It's that time of year. I have some serious issues with this during the winter, during the fall, winter, and spring. I live on decongestants during fall, winter, and spring. I can't imagine that's healthy though. Like, I can't imagine that does good things to my body. I really need to find an alternative that maybe isn't medication. I mean, anyways. I have some serious issues. My ears swell. My ear canals swell. So, like, if your ear canal is normally that wide, mine do this. Yeah, that's joy. And it feels like it's an ear infection, but it's not really an ear infection. Like, it's different in the fact that an ear infection is like a sharp, stabby pain, whereas this is kind of like a dull ache. But it is, like, constant. Unless I'm taking a decongestant, which, by the way, I'm out of until I go to Sam's Club tomorrow. So, and I feel like I constantly have the sniffles, and if it gets really bad, and I get a nice sinus infection, my jaw hurts. My jaw hurts, like, seriously. So the number one sign of a heart attack in a woman is jaw pain. I'm up the creek without a paddle. My jaw hurts almost all winter. So, because I have dental issues, because I have polycystic ovary syndrome, and one of the things with polycystic ovary syndrome is dental issues. There's a lot of things with polycystic ovary syndrome, but weight, it's one of them. Dental issues is another. So I get kind of miserable this time of year. I'll adjust my needs for medication, and I'll be fine in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, until I get a cold or something, then I'm like, ah. But anyways, moving right along. So I was super excited yesterday, and I showed you guys this holiday catalog, and I was like, okay, so I want opinions. Let's start with that. I want some opinions. So, you guys know I'm a paper crafter as well as a cross stitcher. I showed you my Stampin' Up! Catalog. Now, I'm going to use the Festive Farmhouse DPS for my Christmas cards. If you're on my Christmas card list, you might want to close your ears if you don't want to hear this. I want to use this paper for my Christmas cards. Okay. It's about as close as I can get without it being blurry, but very pretty, pretty, pretty. This gray in here, this is a gray. Pick up my annual catalog, is this gray. It's gray granite. I have that gray. Personally, I don't see enough of a difference that it's going to matter. And honestly, there's only a little bit of DPS with the gray granite in the paper. I'm thinking I can pass it. What do you guys think? Opinions. I know you guys are stitchers, but we deal with color combinations when we're stitchers too, so give me your opinions. My shirt is, I've got to be sitting on it. Funny, I am. I'm like, why is my shirt choking me? So give me your opinions. Let me know what you think, because I haven't ordered the ink yet. If I need to order the ink, obviously I've got some time. So, so now, on to the stitching, because that's about all I've got today, is that and the stitching. Not a whole lot to talk about today. Not a whole lot to blah, 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 blah on today. I know I babble sometimes. I appreciate those of you who stick around and watch my videos through the babbling. So, oh, I know the other thing I was going to talk about. So, you guys know, I'm doing the 'Tis the Season Sal. I have a story about that when I show you my progress on 'Tis the Season, because that's what I pulled yesterday on my little wheel of whips, or I don't remember what I called it. I don't remember what I named it. Wheel of Whips is a good one though. I think I'm gonna rename it that. So I wasn't gonna do Peace on Earth, the Peace on Earth stitch along that a lot of people are taking part on, and I don't remember the company that is running it, or the company that the pattern's from. Let me look this up. Anyways, I wasn't going to do it. I had thought about not doing it. I really kind of actually. wasn't going to do it. I'm talking to myself. I wasn't going to do the Peace on Earth Sal. But then I decided... Where'd it go? Oh no, I had it. Where'd it go? Oh my good golly, where'd it go? I had it. So I was going to do it. And then I was watching Cottage Garden sampling, Peace on Earth. So they released the pattern in Primitive, Stitcher, and Punch Needle, I believe was the magazine. They released 2 patterns. One's like a neutrals. One's done on a neutral fabric. One's done on a blue fabric. If you get the PDF, you get both. If you only got the magazine, you only got the neutrals. Okay. So I wasn't gonna do it because it's really pretty. I like it. It's not something I necessarily felt called to stitch. But one of the floss tubers I watch, Melanie Smith, Yarns and Threads. I love her. I think she might watch my channel. I don't know if she does. But anyways, I like her. I was watching her video, last week's video, because she's put up this week's video. I was watching last week's video. She finished it as smalls. So there's a little house, there's a cardinal, there's a little block that says, there's a little bit that says Peace on Earth, there's some flowers. She finished those as different smalls. And Pillow finished them. I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. Why didn't I think about that? Because I can finish them as smalls and make them a little bit flatter and make them ornaments. Oh my god, why didn't I think of that? So I'm now going to do the Cottage Garden Samplers Peace on Earth project at some point. No. I'm going to finish 'Tis the Season and then worry about starting that. Because I still have to get the pattern, I have to get the pattern, I have to get floss. All that joyous stuff. And I may carry over some of the 'Tis the Season floss to Peace on Earth if I have enough. Another thought. So, that's going to be in the works some point too. Working on my name tag. As you can see, I got Ohio finished. I started my little bobbin. And after trying to count up to do the top of the bobbin like 3 times, I said, I'm going to start the needles, and I'm going to do the needles, the thread, and then I'm just going to... Don't know how much stitching I'm going to get to today because I have work to do for my business because I haven't got any work done in like a week because of the humidity. Excuse me. Oh, that didn't feel too good. I haven't got any work done in like a week due to the humidity and not being able to... Bath and Body products are kind of hard to deal with when it is humid. Not being able to do a whole lot. So, if I do get stitching time, because the other thing is, I'm going to Just Stitching tonight. I might have briefly mentioned this earlier in the week. Just Stitching tonight for a class. Stitching for competition, I think is the name of it. I think. So, that's going to take up some time tonight. And I don't know how much stitching I'm going to get. So, I spun the wheel of, what will I stitch? The Wheel of Whips. That is what we are calling it from now on. And I got 'Tis the Season. This is literally what you get when I work on this. Because I didn't feel like opening the book. 'Tis the Season. There are people who are already done. There is someone who is already done. I am not that fast of a stitcher. So, what I just got on my fingernail. So I took it out. I had to take it off my scroll last night. As you can see, I got. There we go. Got it all. So I've got half the branch done because I've got I've got the branch all kind of stitched over here. So then, as I'm stitching along last night, I'm looking. There's only like, okay, so this is like a 16 count. So there's only going to be like 4 more stitches from this edge to where the edge of the fabric is. And I'm looking at it. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's not enough room. There's like way too much extra fabric over here. There's way too much extra fabric over here. Aw crap. This is my thought process. Aw crap. I don't have enough fabric on this end. So, I busted out my quilting pins because I use quilting pins as counting needles. As counting pins. Busted out my counting pins. And I counted. Found the middle. I went from this part of the leaf. This farthest edge of the leaf. My needle minders stuck together. So I went from this part and I counted all the way to the edge. 96 stitches. I got to 96 stitches. And I pulled the pins out too quick. I should have put the pins in there. Sorry about that. I got to 96 stitches. And you know what? I found out that 1.5 inches that I had planned on having at the edge of my project, it's there. I counted and recounted and counted and recounted and counted and recounted. Like, I don't want to talk about how many times last week when I was straight panicking because I only had like 3/4 of an inch. Like, what the crap on a cracker, man? Oh, so frustrated. I am a little bit frustrated because I did all of this with the tape and being super careful because I didn't think I was going to have enough of a border. And I'm like, oh my god, right now. So I'm like, oh my god, right now. Yeah, I'm a bit frustrated with that. But that's all my stitching for the week. It's about all I've got for the day, for the week. Let me put my floss back together. At some point today or tomorrow, I need to try to film a stitch with me video. Not gonna lie. Probably gonna happen tomorrow. Just because I've got a lot to do today. It might work out today because there's gonna be some stuff that I can't get done business wise because I have to let certain things sit and I can't move the table and yeah. But that's it for today. So tomorrow is Friday and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, Floss Tube. Well, this is gonna be fun. This is a time I don't even freaking know trying to film my clip. Like, I literally want to film a 10-minute clip, and my camera won't go more than a minute without being crazy. If I just have one of those days where everything's irritating and you just want to throw something because it's not one big thing that's irritating and you shouldn't be as irritated as you are. But you're irritated because every little irritating thing is happening. That's where I'm at today. And it's Friday. I should be happy. But I'm also not one of those people who lives for the weekend. Like, you know, I like the weekends. But I do enjoy my job. I've enjoyed it vastly more this week because the screaming, crying baby wasn't there. We're all a little stressed out right now at work because there's a lot going on. It doesn't matter. Every little thing's annoying me. I went to Sam's Club today, like I always do on Friday. It's like I'm going to the pharmacy, I'm getting decongestion because obviously my nose is running like a flippin' faucet. Like, you're probably going to see me wipe my nose with a tissue during this. And I apologize in advance. I'm sorry. It might be kind of gross, but I really think having boogers run down my face is worse. At the risk of sounding crude. The pharmacy goes on lunch from 1:30 until 2. And I was there at 1:40. I'm not waiting 20 minutes to get my decongestant. Hubby's like, just go take one of my allergy decongestants. hopefully it works until I can get somewhere to get a decongestant. Because I don't need like any of the medication, I just need the decongestant. That's the only thing I need. That, or I need to find some form of non-medication decongestant. Because you have to go to the pharmacy counter to buy decongestant, because it's one of the things that they put in some drug. I don't know, I'm not a drug maker, so I don't know what it is. Anywho, so that was irritating me. I checked on my 1, 2, 3 stitch order, which I'm still waiting on. And it was supposed to ship today. Nope, no dice. It said the 9th. And then when I looked again, it said the 10th. So I'm like, okay, we're going to call 1, 2, 3 stitch because something is going on here and I'm getting a little irritated. Because, I mean, the website says 7 to 10 days, business days to ship. It has been well beyond 7 to 10 business days. It's been like 7 to 10 business days twice over. Probably not really twice over, but possibly twice over. Anyways, so I called and I'm like, what's going on? Apparently, it is very heavily backordered right now. They're waiting on it from their distributor, which I kind of figured was the problem. I'm willing to be understanding, but could we make it clear on the website that shipping is significantly delayed? Like, I don't feel like that's too much to ask. And I'm fairly certain, I'm fairly certain shipping is so significantly delayed because of Lady of the Flag. It's a goldish, it's citron, it's that goldish, it's Krynic citron, it's that goldish color that's in Cinderella. It's that color I'm doing the flowers on her skirt with. I'm sure it's in Lady of the Flag because it's a gold color and Lady of the Flag's all golds and yellows. And don't get me wrong, I like 1, 2, 3 stitch. They are fabulous. This is the first problem I've ever really, or the first, I don't want to say problem, I don't want to say issue either because it doesn't sound nice. This is the first real snag I've ever encountered with them, and I can't say that it's honestly their fault, but I kind of wish communication was a little bit better. That's where I'm at with it. That's kind of how I feel. She even offered to send me the fabric now, and then when they get the thread in, to send it, because it's due to ship. It's due to them on the 13th. I said, look, really my main concern here is I paid you via PayPal, and PayPal will cancel the order if it doesn't get charged out in 30 days. And she said, oh, don't worry, we'll resend the charge, we'll resend it to you, you won't lose your order in line of filling. I said, that's my main problem, because I've had a company, because there is a company that I shop with that that happened, and they said, well, and I explained, many rants about 1, 2, 3 stitch and being clear about ordering is done. I cut it off. I just cut it off. My phone skipped, so I'm like, nope, we're done. Cutting it off. I did go to Just Stitching last night. I took a class about entering into your cross stitch into competitions. I've learned it's something I likely will not do. Now, we learned, all the particulars. Thread needs to lay straight. Fabric needs to be even. Thread distribution needs to be even. All those little particulars. Professionally frame it. Make sure there's no puckering. There's no bubbles. There's none of this, none of that. And I get that. Make sure there's no stray pet hairs, human hairs, fuzzies, fuzzy threads, any of that. All of that, I'm okay with. That's part of my, I don't think I would ever enter my stuff into a competition because I stitch for my own enjoyment. And I have animals who lay all over everything, so there's a problem. I'm going to have to sit there with tweezers, and I've already picked a ton of hair out of Cinderella, and there's still pieces that are in there that I can't get out. What am I supposed to do? Not let my cat sit on me? No. And I get that there are people that don't have those problems. It just doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. And the other thing, but the big thing in the whole, and I could deal with that. I could stitch something where I sit here at my desk and I stitch solely at my desk. Because the cat doesn't get on the desk, and if he does, he doesn't do it when I'm here, because I'd kill him. You know, and I can make sure everything's even, and I would still probably enjoy it. But what really kind of got me was there's a page in here about Judge's commentary. And some of the things, I'm not going to read them to you. Some of the things are very subjective. Commentary about multiple people in the competition doing the same piece. You know darn well there are going to be how many Lady of the Flags entered in competitions in the next 5 years. Because it was just reissued in a huge number. Or any of their mirabilias that have been reissued in huge numbers. Or commentary about stitching something that isn't in fashion right now. Who cares what the person is stitching? As long as they like it. You're judging their work. You're judging what their stitches look like. Are all their stitches crossed the same way? Does their thread lay right? The subjective judging. That's really slays me. So I will probably not be doing competition stitching. And that's all I have to say about that. I don't know if I showed you this. I don't think I did. Well, let me take that back. I did in a video clip that skipped out on me and I cussed at it. That's not going to make it look like. I did get my Christmas ornament issue from Shelly. And let me just tell you, Shelly's a rock star. She is. I said something on Facebook when she posted that she was getting these in. That, ooh, I'm going to have to pick one of those up. Or I'm going to have to look for one. Or I said something and she put one aside for me. I'm like, wait, I don't remember telling you I want one. I mean, I want one, but I don't remember telling you I want one. She said something on Facebook. I'm like, oh, yeah. I started to crash outside. I thought it was a car accident. That's sad that you think that was the first thing when you hear a crash on this corner. But anyways, so Shelly saved it for me. So I am going to do a flip through tonight of this. I'm going to try to film a stitch with me. I'm not going to lie. This might not get filmed until tomorrow. Because I do have a stitch with me video to do for tomorrow. That's probably going to get filmed tonight. If I get to this today, I will get to this. I mean, this won't get posted until Sunday at the earliest. Anyways, MBD. There are some cute stuff in here, though. So I spun my wheel of whips, and we're going to talk about that in a second. So, last night. So, look up, people. I did not do any stitching on my name tag. I'm going to try to do some stitching on that today. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing today. I spun my whip thing, and I got 'Tis the Season again. We know it. We love it. I don't even open my book anymore to show you guys. You guys know. This is literally all I got done. That little leaf pit. It's not even the full leaf. Gonna sneeze. If my clip books out in the next 2 minutes, that's where I'm gonna start refilming. That's literally all the stitching I did last night. I will show you the actual picture of the pattern and the picture of the project when it will be complete. And I just knocked the camera. I don't care. That's what kind of mood I'm in right now. So, I did my spin yesterday, and I was like, okay, how can I video this so I can add it to my clip, right? No. It won't let me. There's no way for me to spin it and film it. there's no point in me having it on my phone because I film on my phone. So I'm just going to go old school. I wrote all my options down, and yes, I left more space in I left less space between certain projects, because like my nativity, when I finish that one Wiseman, if I spin it again, I'll just start one of the other Wiseman. Cinderella's pretty close to being complete, so I'm going to have some space there. Life's Moments could take a while. 'Tis the Season is going to be pretty quick. The Flower Clock, I mean, there's 2 big panels I have left to do. So anyways, I left myself different varying spaces because my plan is to just, when I complete a project, cross it off and plug something new in. What I'm going to do is when I get done filming this clip, I'm going to go on random number generator, and I'm leaning on the table because I'm shaking it. I'm going to go on random number generator on my computer, randomly generate a number, and show you the corresponding width that I'm supposed to work on, and then for tonight, and I will put that at the back end of today's clip. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. No work on name tag that you haven't seen. Did do, in addition to getting my Huja Hua Hua, like that, 2, 4, 5, 6, okay, I do have them all here. In addition to getting my ornament issue, words are hard, I started shopping around for brick colored floss. Now, Weeks Dye Work, Classic Color Works, and Gentle Art all have something that has brick in the name. This is Weeks Dye Works brick. This is the only one with brick in the actual name that I purchased. Old Brick, which I think is Gentle Art. I don't remember who does Old Brick. It's like really pink. No. Used Brick, which I actually want to say is a Classic Color Works. It was a nice brick color, but it was too brown for me. I want the very red bricky colors. So, I suppose I could tell you why I'm buying a bunch of reds to make bricks. That would probably be nice. I'm going to do my Main Street in the style of the buildings in my hometown of Wellington. Well, they're all 2-story. The bottom has a facade on it that's a different color. The second story is all brick because they're that old. So I might need congestion to take hold. So I kind of want them all to have a little bit of a different bricky tone to them, because not all the buildings were built at the same time. So this is Brick by Weeks Dye Works. Just called Brick. I like it. And I need to look somewhere back there behind this thing is a paper that I wrote down the different color combinations on. So I'm going to match them with they're driving on their lawn across the street. The things you see. I'm going to match them with the facade coloring, because I know there's some white, there's some brown, there's a red. I'll show you the red in a minute because I bought the red. So I got Weeks Dye Works Brick, and then I also got Weeks Dye Works, this is Red Rocks. Another nice bricky color. Like, this was my favorite by far, and Shelly agreed. This is like the best representation of brick. It really is, if you ask me. So, Red Rock. And then I got some Classic Color Works reds. Cherry Cobbler. And Red Mana Red. I'll hold these all up together. You can see it's going to be a nice color palette. palette of reds, and there's some variations in there. And then Gentle Art samplers, I got Old Red Paint. So here's all my different reds for my brick. And I know Nancy at Victorian Motto has some reds that could be passable as brick. I'm gonna look at my list and kind of see where I'm at and figure out if I want to maybe order 1 or 2 of those. I know that I want to get her Star Spangled 2 box set, which is a patriotic red, white, and blues. I might order that before I go looking through her eBay shop to find bricky colors, because you know, I don't know what the reds will look like, what the reds exactly will look like. Because you know, sometimes when you take a picture of something, it don't look completely, no matter how hard you try. It can vary. So, the other floss I got, and then we're going to end this because I am, holy cow, nose running. One of the buildings has a red facade. So, I had to get Buckeye Scarlet. Like, hello, Buckeye Scarlet. Buckeye. I know, Pam and Steph are Ohio peeps. Buckeye Stitcher is an Ohio peep. Someday, Pam and Steph, I don't think you watch my videos, but someday, Pam and Steph, I'm going to be getting down to keepsakes. So here's my red palette. This one is one of the building facades. So, and it really would go with any of the reds for the brick. So this is going to be the one that I'm probably going to match last. So that's what I got at Just Stitching. And that's all I got for today. Now I'm going to go film my random number generate to see what I stitch on tonight, if I actually get to stitching tonight. I've got a lot of work to do for my business, but I don't really have much else going on, so I may get to some stitching after dinner. So, alright, gonna end this here and go do my random number. There's a random number generator right there when you Google random number generator. And you can see what I'm watching on FlossTube currently. Jan Hicks creates one of many on my to watch list. Right, so we're gonna generate, and it says 4, and what is 4? 4 is nativity. Womp womp womp. No, not really. I don't have it pulled out. So, gonna start on that back stitching. Alright, gang. That's all I got for today. I'm gonna go do some work, and then I'm gonna work on nativity. Actually, I'm gonna work on my name tag first. Then I'm gonna work on nativity. I will catch you guys later. Bye. It is Saturday morning. This will go with Friday's video or Friday's vlog clip because I'm not filming a vlog clip today. It's raining. My husband's yelling shit at me. I have to get ready for market. I'm not in a good mood right now. So let's see what project we're working on. Number 5 is Plant Happiness. So I'm gonna go dig it out. Oh, I don't know if I think I'm gonna take my name tag to market, but I'll dig it out to work on it later. Hello, FlossTube. It is Monday. Happy Monday. Monday, September 10th. How was the weekend? Because it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and it rained some more. It rained all weekend. It started raining Friday night and didn't stop until this morning. At some point, it has rained off and on all day today. Tropical Storm Gordon has made his appearance in Northeast Ohio. north central Ohio. I don't know why we're northeast Ohio, because Cleveland's not really east. It's kind of central Ohio. And I'm west of Cleveland. So, Tropical Storm Gordon, or was it a hurricane when it came ashore? I am very disappointed in my weather nerd self. Anyways, Gordon paid us a visit. Obviously, by the time it gets up to the Ohio Valley, it's just a depression, a low depression, or a low in the system, in the atmosphere. It's not a named storm, but Gordon paid us a visit. And it looks like Florence is going to come barreling into the Carolinas, probably North Carolina, late this week, probably, and possibly affect our weather late next weekend. Hoping late next weekend. Gordon wasn't supposed to come visit us till Sunday. Gordon showed up on Friday. Basically ruined the market. And I wanted to pull my hair out. I didn't open my beverage before I started filming, so forgive me. Getting over this cold thing. Hubby stayed home from work today because apparently I shared. I have been running like a chicken with my head cut off since yesterday. Because of the weather this summer, forgive my hair. I had to shower as soon as I got home from work. It's kind of a long story. I must spare y'all the story. But just know I had to shower as soon as I got home from work today. So I'm like already in my pajamas. I've got my little long sleeve thin sweatshirt on, so I'm staying warm and snuggly. That was my moment of the day. It hasn't been a bad day, actually. It's my moment. Went to the market on Saturday, got rained out after like an hour. And then with the weather this summer, it has been super humid. Hot wouldn't be a problem. Humid is a problem. Because the bath bombs don't want to set up. The soaps sweat. About the only thing I can make is candles. Lotions I can do. Lotions and sugar scrubs aren't super hard to deal with the warm weather. You just gotta put them in the refrigerator to bring their temperature down before you mix them up. But bath bombs, like, I was getting no bath bombs made. Like, I would make them and they would bust apart. I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna wait. But it was like, it didn't even get out of the 60s yesterday. It was like mid 60s Saturday and yesterday. I was like, oh. And Friday was low 70s, so I busted out some bath bombs yesterday. Or no, I did the bath bombs on Friday. Busted out some soaps yesterday. Busted out some bath bombs today. Trying to figure out what scents people actually want to buy of bath bombs. I'm having trouble with this. I made lavender, I made love spell, I made orange, and I did mermaid kisses. Yeah, I did 4 different ones. And like lavender went right away. But like, I still have love spell. I still have a decent amount of love spell ones. Mermaid kisses did pretty good along with lavender. And the orange ones actually sold a couple of them. But actually, I've had a couple of them due to the weather this summer break apart on me. I told hubby I'm going to pack it. I'm going to carry them to and from market a little bit differently. I've been carrying them in a big plastic tub because if it rains, I can throw them in there and they're watertight. But I think I'm going to take a bag. I'm going to put them in a bag and just leave the tub. Outside market's over in a couple of weeks, so I'm still going to take the plastic tub to outside market, but once outside market's over, I don't really need the plastic tub. And we've been trying to condense what I carry. It's not working. Seems like it's just expanding, but what the hey? So that was my adventures this weekend with work. I've officially hit the point where I have worked. I will know. Tomorrow I will have worked 7 days a week. Whatever. Whatever, people. So, I'm looking at my stuff. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling slightly scatterbrained today. Alright, so Friday I pulled Nativity on my random number. And we're working on this guy right here. And we are down to the back stitching on him. Juliet Gulf Coast Stitcher. Eating the frog. When she was talking about who she heard it from, I want to say she said Susical Stitcher, but I don't think that's right. Because the first person that she mentioned that she'd heard it from said, no, I heard it from somebody else. But anyways, I heard it from Michelle Bendy, and then I heard it from Julia Gulf Coast Stitcher. Eventually, I will find the person who originally mentioned it. No, I probably won't, because I ain't gonna look that hard. But my frog. But I'm eating my frog. This is what I got done on it. You can't really tell I did a darn thing. And that's part of the other reason the backstitch on this sucks. Like, you can't really see. You can tell I outlined his hat. You can tell I put the black in here. But some of this backstitching in this, you just can't tell I'm doing it. And it stinks. And that's that. And then Saturday, before we went to market, when Hubby Bubby decided to yell at me while I was trying to pull my random number. Sorry about that potty word. Just a random vehicle stopping in front of my house. I pulled Plant Happiness. I'm trying to keep everything in my bag. It's not working. Pulled Plant Happiness. Ursula Michaels' Plant Happiness as I smack my phone with it. And I was originally thinking about dyeing the fabric. I decided to keep it white. Let me show you what I did decide to do. These are the called for colors. This is what I'm using. I went through my Fiberlicious threads and pulled pinks, purples, blues, oranges, yellows, greens. There was a lot of purples and pinks to choose from. Purple, pink, and blue. A lot of multicolored. But I am trying super hard to keep track of what flowers I'm doing in what colors. I make no promises that I'm gonna have a list I can give you that's understandable when I finish. Okay, we're gonna go with that. If this is gonna be 14, if I do not have a understandable list, I am going to reference back to beginning with this video where I started it. And I had a note card that had, excuse my shoulders, I had a note card that had what I had already done. But of course, now I'm not finding it. Hold, please. My apologies. I had started a note card for this, and I just absolutely, positively have utterly lost it. I don't know where it went. And now I can't find one of the flosses that I'm using. Oh, good gravy, Laura. This is my life. Okay? I may look like I have it all together. I probably don't look like I have it all together, but I lose things constantly. And I'm constantly going, where is... I found my note card. My note card. I cannot find one of the 5 threads. But that's okay. Oh, and I just knocked everything over. Lord love luck. Okay. So. Here we go. This is where I got on plant happiness. So, the words, I started one who, because I started in this corner, and I just did, this is a double thickness of, or 2-ply of floss. This floss, this is called for to be $9.87, which it says this is a dark green. It's not dark enough for me. So it's called for $9.87. I stitched it in $8.90, which it's kind of hard to see, but it is a dark green. There is green in it. There is a green. It's green. Like, it just looks dark here. So I just did whatever amount of thread I had to get my corner started. Because I am not one who likes to do borders first. Because if I screw something up in the middle, I can fudge the border. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So, the corner leaves are... Corner leaves are called for, okay, so you see the corner leaves, it's a dark leaf and a light leaf. They are called to be stitched in 987, yes, in 987 and 989. And they're to be outlined in 987. I used, so all of the flosses I'm using are either DMC or Fiberlicious. We'll get that out of the way. I am using Fiberlicious Poison Ivy. Kyle, Stitching and Sound. Poison Ivy. He doesn't watch my videos. But this floss color is called Poison Ivy. my husband saw this and he goes, why are you making a nightshade? Because it's called poison ivy. And I wanted to use something called poison ivy on my flower chart. I don't know. I like it. I think the variegation is really cool. I don't know what else I would use it for. So using it for these little corner leaves is fabulous. And I think, so there's other little like leaf swirlies that are in this design. I'm probably going to use this for. Sound like a plan? I outlined them in 3847. That one I do have. That one I found in my bag. 3847. So then this swirl, yes, it's brown. It's also outlined in this. But the floss I'm using has green in it. It's a green and tan floss. And it is Fabulicious Celadon Porcelain. There we are. That's as far as I got on that. Like I said, I'm making notes. So, the little swirlies that are in the design, this is the first one I stitched. There's a couple other ones around here, in here. They are supposed to be stitched in either the 989 or the 987. I think I will do the 989s in Celadon Porcelain and the 987s in Poison Ivy. I haven't yet decided. I may just use the Poison Ivy on the corner leaves. Like I said, I haven't yet decided. Worst that can happen is I stitch one and I don't like it. I really was kind of nervous about the Celadon Porcelain and the swirlies because the first swirly in Celadon Porcelain is all brown. But you know what? I don't care. It looks fine. I think it looks fine. And it's going up in my house. So I don't care what anybody else thinks. We're gonna put that away. I did do some Santa Sunday yesterday, even though I didn't take a picture and post it on Insta. I didn't hashtag Santa Sunday yesterday. I suppose I could. Let's just cut out me digging around in the bag to get the crap out. Because I didn't take my... Oh, excuse me. I didn't take my stuff out. That's how it was today, people. So, hashtag Santa Sunday is Country Cottage Needleworks Snowbirds from Just Cross Stitch Ornament 2013 issue. And I'm stitching it on this lovely blue Lincoln cloth that I still don't know what Lincoln cloth really is. But it's a really nice soft Aida. It's 14 count. And the white looks vastly better today than it was last night when I put it away. When I was working on this last night, this is not actually white. Yes. Totally pulled a Chelsea. Stitching two things on it at once. What you gonna do about it? The white wasn't coming up super great. I only got that far. I only have a half of it done. I didn't stitch a whole lot yesterday. I was like scatterbrained yesterday. Trying to get some work done. Trying to organize Christmas cards so that I can sell Christmas cards if you want to buy Christmas cards. Hit me up. I'm gonna make handmade Christmas cards and sell them. So the called for is white in this, like just regular DMC white. was a little too washed on this light blue fabric. On this light blue fabric. I still can't say it. Words are hard. It was a little too washed on the fabric. So I went with 3865, which it looks white, but it's not. It's just got the barest hint of like a brown or a tan in it. It's not white. Against white, it's just a little creamy. And then there's another color that I'm subbing out. I'll share with you next week. All of my substitutions. Hopefully I have it done next week. After Sunday. Hashtag goals. That's where I'm at today. And then, let's put this away. I'm trying to keep everything organized. You guys are probably going, oh my god, girl. You don't need to put it all away while you're talking to us. So, the other thing, so I didn't get very far on playing Happiness on Saturday because I had to finish this. I just was like, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done. So, I will link the website where I got the elements for this below. I came up with the lettering. I did the lettering for my name and the state on my own. The scissors were off of a pattern on the website I have linked. The needles are based on that. The thread is based on that. And the spool is based on that. I just edited it. Is that a word? I changed it up a bit. I made it a little bit shorter. And instead of it being squared off, And so the scissors and the needles. So the lettering is in 310, just DMC black. The scissors and the needles are in DMC Effects 415. I like the DMC light effects. Sue me. What you gonna do about it? That's my new thing. Hashtag what you gonna do about it? That's my new thing. The scissor handles are in Fiberlicious Unicorn Dream. And let me tell you, the struggle was real getting that floss to stitch where I liked the variegation. And yes, I outlined the handles. It just got the littlest bit lost when you're sitting back. And I don't know, you're not going to be sitting like that close to me when you're looking at it at the retreat. So, this is going in Plant Happiness. And then the thread is Fiberlicious Cornflowers. Oh, the spool is also Fiberlicious. The spool is Fiberlicious Toffee, which is in Plant Happiness, I think. And I didn't think to dig it out. I dug these out. But this is Fiberlicious Cornflower. That's going in Plant Happiness. And the fabric is hand-dyed by Stephanie, 14 count Ada, in Fruit Punch. And I got this at the 2016 retreat. So I don't know if she still has it anymore. And then, I don't know if you saw, when I held up my two flosses from Plant Happiness, I made floss cards because, you know, these are a little frustrating. These are just designer paper. They're a little bit of a thicker designer paper. They're not super thick. So, and the back of it's white. I will probably cut out super white cardstock and back them because, again, all up in my business. Oh, hey, look at my lovely little mess over there. See my teacups? Teacups. Wow, that is shockingly hard. Teacups. The basket has the teacups I got from my grandma, which I still have to take to the antique shop. I don't know what else is on the table over there. We are rearranging this room to the next door to the craft room. I made a bunch of them with an actual tag and glued the paper to a piece of white cardstock, so they're a little bit thicker. These are a bit bigger, so I got 3 holes across the bottom and then 1 hole at the top. If you are going to be at the retreat with me, my friends are getting these at the retreat. Also, I'm taking beeswax to the retreat. I'm going to sell it at the retreat. I am going to start selling my beeswax cubes. So if you would like beeswax throat conditioner, it's 100% beeswax. Hit me up. It's $3 for a 2-ounce cube. $3 for a 2-ounce cube. It's my shameless self-plug. This clip is already like 30 minutes long. This is going to be a long floss tube this week, people. Today, Happy Mail. Victorian motto threads. They're called the petting threads because I was telling my husband about them when I started 'tis the season, and I was petting them, and he's like, oh my god, they're now the petting threads. So, I did the 6 skeins a month. Limited edition. Limited edition. So, and you get 20 yards. So if somebody watching has different colors than me, and you're feeling some kind of way about some of the colors I got, I'm willing to swap you 10 yards for 10 yards. Just saying. Very light peach. It is a very light peach. And you can't really see it. It looks very washed when it gets up close to the camera. It's a very light peach. I am not a very light peach. No DMC on that. Coral orange, which DMC is $9.20. So pretty, so pretty. The thread came untied on that bad boy. Variegated light purple. I do see the variegation. Do you see the... Oh, now you see the variegation. Now you can see the variegation. Who is it that does this? I don't remember who does this. Jan Hicks. Jan Hicks creates. I saw her do this and I'm like, that's brilliant. There's no DMC conversion because it is variegated. It came untied. It'll be right. Light copper brown has no DMC. That's a nice brown. It's a cool brown. Dried celery. DMC 524. This one's my favorite. Everybody's gonna be like, Laura, purple's your favorite color. Why don't you like purple? Because this one's called Antique Red Barn. And I'm doing knee high by the 4th of July. This is DMC 221. I have a feeling this right here is going to be my barn on knee high. Because it is antique barn red. It is barn red, folks. Barnwood Builders. It's barn red. It is barnwood red. It looks like it does have a little bit of variegation into it. Yeah, it does. It's got a wee bit of variegation in it. It's not super, super variegated. I don't think when you start stitching with it, you're going to notice it. But it is barn red. My dream house, Barnwood Builders. My dream house, Barnwood Builders. That's my Sunday night, Barnwood Builders. Nothing interrupts that. The only thing that supersedes Barnwood Builders on Sunday night is Bourdain. And let me just tell you, if you didn't see my Instagram story, September 23rd, we'll be getting the ugly cry on because the last episodes of Bourdain will be on. And I'll be getting my ugly cry on. So, alright, I'm going to go put this on my computer and see how long this clip actually ends up being. And y'all are going to be like, holy cow, woman, you talk a lot. It's going to be a long video this week. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. After I said goodbye, I didn't do my random number generator for what I'm going to stitch on today. So here we go, 1 through 6. Did it work? I don't think it worked. I'm going to stitch on number 5, which is Plant Happiness. Yay! So you guys get to see some more crazy color choices tomorrow. Alright, that's it. Bye guys! Hey everybody, it is Tuesday, 9/11. Not the happiest day in the world, especially if you're in America. A lot of people, a lot of people don't like today, and I'm one of those people. You know, you remember where you were and what was going on. And I was 18, and I had just started college in Virginia, in Norfolk, Virginia. And I was less than 5 miles from Norfolk Navy Base. And when 9/11 happened, and apparently back then, and I know they've changed the way the threat level systems with the military works since then, but apparently back then, you had like this bubble. And the higher the threat level got, the bigger the bubble got. And we were in the bubble pretty much for days. That day we were not allowed to go anywhere. We were not allowed to, the security guard had to sit outside with the smokers. Yeah, the security guard had to sit outside with the smoke. So like smoke breaks were timed. We didn't have eating facilities in our building. We had to have security walk us to main campus to get food. Go across a 4-lane highway. It was a 4-lane highway, but there was a left turn lane and there was a right turn lane at the intersection with our street. There were no cars. And this was a street where even if you had the go to cross the street and you were a pedestrian, you looked constantly because you never knew. It was just a major... it was traumatic. And our school was right... The school facility was maybe 15, 20 minutes away. So what? 15, 20 minutes, It was a ways by the airport in Norfolk. So the next couple of days sitting in class with the planes flying, it was fucking creepy. Or, pardon my French, but it was creepy. And of course, North Central Ohio, the plane that went down in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, the Oberlin FAA tower that it circled. Oberlin is the town. I go by that tower when I go to the farmer's market to sell my stuff. So, and yes, I will not take the road directly past it because it freaks me out. Like, it freaks me out still. 17 years later, it freaks me out. I like to tell people that one of the reasons I think it maybe bothers me so much is, you know, here I am, I'm a small town girl. I grew up in a bubble of small town America. And the worst thing that happened was people got DUIs on Saturday night. Like, I grew up in a bubble. And on 9/11, my bubble burst. And I don't want to. So, going to attempt to make this quick. Gonna attempt to. I make no promises. I make no promises today. When I was sick over the weekend, at one point my husband looked at me and goes, "Well, are you using your stuff that you make?" Yes, dear. Because I make a sinus relief cream and, and those steam discs and candles and all of that. Yes, dear, I was using it. So, I do like my hair today, though. I'm liking it. I have that reverse ombre effect going on because I tried to dye it super light, and the ends, which have been dyed, didn't take it. So I have that reverse ombre look going, and it's kind of fun, you know, because it's just the way my hair is. But anyways, and yes, I have super long hair. It is not Chelsea length. But it's definitely got, I was making sure something creepy wasn't about going down out my window. But it's definitely got some length to it. So, loving my hair today. It's looking really cute today. You guys saw my spin for today, for last night. You saw my spin for last night, what I was going to stitch on last night. So, and I pulled Plant Happiness. Sending pieces of paper flying. My notes. I'm taking notes because none of these called for colors have been touched yet, and none of them probably will be touched. I have a bag of Fiberlicious fibers. I have way more than I'm going to probably need. I just pulled everything and threw it in the bag, and as I get to certain flower colors, I am pulling out those corresponding bits. So, over the weekend, I had started it and I had stitched. So I stitched these three flowers in this leaf last night. And so that corresponds with these three flowers in this leaf. Now, I will tell you what I did all of my flowers in. This is not it. This is it. So this flower, I am loving this floss color. It is called Magic Potion. Show you the correct side. It is called Magic Potion. It's Fiberlicious Floss, Magic Potion. And it's like purples and grays. And there's a lot of gray in this flower, but there's a little bit of purple down here. Now, I pulled one floss color to outline it and didn't like it. I pulled this floss color to outline it, and I don't like it. So I'm like thinking, how am I going to work this floss, this outlining thing? So then I stitched this flower. And I did... That flower is in Fiberlicious's Bollywood, which is variegated orange. I'm not going to do all, you know, I like the multicolored variegations, but I am going to do some of the flowers possibly in like a variegated solid. So I'm like, I don't have an orange that I like with this. Now, let me rephrase it. I don't have bobbinated. I have a lot of floss that's not bobbinated. But I was only looking at what I had on bobbins because I was like, I'll find something. So then when I got to this flower, which, yes, it is yellow, purple, and pink. The color is called Cuckoo on Cherry Tree. Nothing about that says cherry to me, but it is a cool floss. Now, as I was stitching this flower, let me finish this thought first. So as I was stitching this flower, I did this leaf in Poison Ivy. Kyle, more Poison Ivy. I don't think Kyle is stitching in sound because I can't say his last name, and I'm not going to butcher his last name because the last name I grew up with everybody butchered. Watches my channel. But he wants to be best friends with everybody in the stitching world. And I want to be best friends with Kyle too because Kyle is freaking hilarious. So this was the last bit that I stitched last night. And as I'm sitting here stitching, a thought occurred to me. Why don't I just do all of the back stitching on all of the flowers? Because I'm going to do the leafy bits in 38-47. Like I did here and here. Because there's viney bits in off the leaves. And I'm going to do those in all in this. I thought, why don't I outline the flowers in... I'm going to try 3371. That really super dark brown that's used almost like a black when back stitching, but it's not black. I'm going to see how that works. If that doesn't work, I may switch to black. If that doesn't work, we may go abstract art and not backstitch at all, people. I really think the brown is going to work though because it's a natural color and it'll show up against and just about anything but black. And nothing really. So I did not get that done. It was late when I was stitching on this and that thought occurred to me. So I'm going to pull out this back stitching, and so next time I pull it, I'm going to pull out this back stitching and try that. We're going to see how that works. That's my plan. Like I said, we'll see how it works. Aren't these really cool? I have to say, I really am proud of myself for this idea. Not so much for this idea, but for the guts to actually do it. Normally I'm a stick to the pattern girl. I am. I'm really very pleased that I'm trying this. I think it's going to look really cool. And I think it's going to lend itself to making the piece look extremely unique. I'm just putting my bits away while I'm talking. And I really want my pieces to look unique. Gonna sneeze. Not gonna sneeze. I really want my pieces, I want unique looking pieces. Like, everybody wants their cross stitch to be unique looking. And I'm going for the gusto on this. So, it gives me some guts in life. So that's all I did last night. I did work, I worked on my business. Made some pop bombs. gotta get the floss arranged here so everything fits. I was growing really kind of sick and tired of this thing because it is kind of big and it's kind of not doesn't transport well. I mean, it transports well, but I wanted something smaller that I could put. Basically, what I really need to do is get a little bag and make myself an accessory bag with scissors and wax and a highlighter. That's what I need to do. That's what Laura needs to do. And maybe something to write with. And I'm gonna do that because, like, seriously, I, like, end up with, like, 2 pairs of scissors in a project bag because I just grab scissors and don't think about, oh, do I have scissors in there? I do, yeah. But anyways, so growing, and I was only using, like, you can see what I used on it. And it's beeswax, so it's soft, so the thread goes into the sides. And it grooves it up, and I'm like, well, you know, the easiest way to do this is to hold it like this. So I'm like, this part's not going to get used. So I was thinking about revamping it. I found a mold through my supplier of Bath and Body stuff. My chair is squeaking. I must stand it funny. It's a square mold. Now, it says it's a 2-ounce mold. This is supposedly a 2-ounce mold. The heart's a little bit thinner than the square. I'm going to go downstairs and weigh this. I am going to offer these for sale. So if you would like, it's yellow beeswax. Until I run out of the yellow beeswax, they will be yellow beeswax. And then I will switch to white because I use white beeswax in one of my Bath and Body products. This is just yellow beeswax I had from some other crafty stuff that I was doing. So it is yellow beeswax. The yellow beeswax does have a fragrance to it. It's very light honey scent. It's not super strong, but be warned, if you really want one and you're feeling like you're going to have an allergic reaction to it because of the strong scent, I can do white special order until I run out of these. I'm going to list these on my business page. I'm not going to tell you how much they are right now because, well, if it is truly a 2-ounce cube, it's $3. If it is not truly a 2-ounce cube, it will be different. But go check my business page and message me if you would like to order one. You will pay shipping. That's what I have to say about that. And while I was congested this weekend, my husband looked at me and goes, "Are you using your stuff?" Meaning my sinus relief cream that's like my Vicks Vapor Rub without the greasy feel of Vicks. Yes, dear, I'm using my sinus relief. So, that's all I got today. It's like a 16 minutes video. So, I'm going to go do my random number generator for project I'm working on today as I look at it. But before I do that, while I'm still looking at the camera, I want to tell you all to be kind to one another and be nice, because I've been seeing some not nice people lately. I don't like not nice people. Be nice to each other. And always offer your advice in the kindest way possible, because some people don't like being told what to do. Have a fabulous week. I will start a new vlog tomorrow. If you have any questions, you are more than free to message me on the Slovak Farm Facebook page. Send me a message over on Instagram. If you add me on Instagram, by the way, if you add me on Instagram, if you don't have cross stitch on your page, or if your page is set to private and I don't really recognize you as a cross stitcher, make sure you tell me or let me know, because I feel like I might have deleted somebody who maybe was cross stitcher and I didn't realize it. But I've had some creeps on Instagram, so. Alright guys, I will see you next week. Bye! Random number generator for tonight's project. Don't know how much stitching time I'm going to have tonight because I've got stuff to do, but it says we are working on number 1. Number 1 is 'Tis the Season. Woo! I really love 'Tis the Season. I got to work on it a lot late last week. Alright gang, have a fabulous week. Much love, be kind to one another.